All right, all right. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. I am Legacy Lingo, and I have Brandon V. Fletcher here with me, and we are currently about to discuss Silo Season 3, Episode 8, titled Gray Goo. All right, now, if you're new to us and you guys have not watched the last week's episode, I know we're a little late. Tomorrow is going to drop a new one. But if you're not caught up, haven't watched Episode 8, please, we're going to talk about this in depth and spoil. Go back, watch it, and come and join us. If you haven't watched any of the season yet, we've discussed everything from a mid-season and each episode since. And we're going to talk it all the way out through. So, normally, this is where I hate you guys with my notes. But I watched it the day it dropped, excited. And then, of course, life be life, and we didn't get to record right then. And here we are now, the day before the next episode, discussing it. So, but I think that the key points, they pretty much stand out for themselves. We had a lot more of the backstory, a lot as far as reveal as to what we were up against. What's bringing the world's. I mean, the title of the episode is called Gray Goo. So, we found out that there's nanobytes that people are going to try and weaponize and things of that nature. They let the plan be known that they're digging with these silos, and which was an interesting conversation with Daniel Keene and what's the character's name? I don't even have him here on the list because he has such a small part, but the billionaire or the trillionaire, sorry. That was a great conversation about the cost and everything, how easily it just flowed into that. And then, of course,
Pierce Stinson is his name. Pierce Stinson, gotcha. Played by Colin Hanks.
Yes. Love that conversation. Love how easily he just flowed into it despite everything they've been through. Like Daniel Keene was definitely, even though they had an unorthodox way to get to this point, he was intrigued. He recognized the technology and everything, and he already was just like contribute. I thought it was great. And in the present day or future, if you will, we see Kennedy and Patrick Kennedy and Lucas Kyle get into Silo 17. And we see how they got in and then they get on the radio and things of the nature, and they actually find out the story behind Solo's mom and stopping the safeguard.
Patrick is like one of my favorite characters right now. He's
on board with what he was saying. Like, hey, I got people that's about to die. Y'all need to get over this shit.
Oh, yeah. But I think what he said to Solo, or what's his name? James? His name James? Steve Zahn's character.
Yeah.
But I like the way he was just like, at first he's like, man, we need to do this, stop playing around. And then he had to realize, like, okay, I got to come at this at a different angle.
Yeah, he had to take a step back. Because at first.
When he had that, I mean, he was right the whole time. It's just that he had to approach it differently with this person. Like, so that was a great conversation, how he got him to understand, like, hey, we can do this grieving thing. We can have a ceremony for her. She doesn't just have to stay there. We can move her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say though, with this show, I think this is probably the first show in a long time where I dislike most of the cast. I hate those kids over there in 17. I
don't know. I feel like it's one of those shows where I definitely feel like another Apple TV show a similar way, where For All Mankind, they will make you hate a character,
right?
And then they'll make you love them. And then as soon as they make you love, they'll kill them all. But Silo's not doing this,
right?
But I definitely feel like Silo is one of those shows where they can make you hate somebody, and then they can slowly turn you. But also, like, I think sometimes it comes from people's lack of knowing what's going on. So as a viewer, we get more annoyed because they don't know what's going on, and they're doing things that annoy us because of that.
Right.
Like Patrick Kennedy, like when he was like, no, outside is real good. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, please listen. But he wouldn't.
No, you're right.
Also now he's out there. He's like, all right, I get it.
He's still, when he got in there, he was still, I don't know, he was still being a dick. You think he'd be a little humble, but he's just who he is. So
yeah.
But the girl with that's always pulling the bow and arrow back, over there at 17. I feel like even when she is educated on the situation, she still acts like, well,
oh yeah,
like, well, so what? We're here now. That's the vibe she gives me. Like, are you not listening? Like, and it just annoys me. I just wait for somebody to snatch that little thing and break their little bow and just be like, take your ass down to set, whatever. Anyway, so this episode it was, in my opinion, it was more rewarding with the past stuff than the current story. What were you at on that?
Well, the past stuff it just had bigger reveals. I mean, that doesn't mean the present stuff wasn't interesting. Because a lot happened in this episode. Yeah, a lot happened. We kind of mentioned it before, but like Robert and Camille Sims, their relationship, that's done. Their relationship is over, unless Camille is secretly doing something else. I think their relationship is over, especially the way it ended. So now you have, Nichols and Sims both in silo jail. I feel like this is the first time we've seen this. I could be forgetting something, but I feel like this first time seeing silo jail.
Maybe it's like a different version, because we've seen the cells at the sheriff's office, and this is different,
right? But this is different. It's like a dungeon.
Yeah, it's like solitary, I guess. Solitary.
So yeah, that happened. Okay. Remember we joked about the whole Orla Kent situation?
Yes.
And we were joking about the mole people.
Yep.
I was so happy when Helen, the reporter in the past, was like, I don't want to be with them and they're mole people.
And the mole people. Yes.
I was cracking up.
Yeah, when she said that, I looked at you, I was like, hey, me and Brandon was just talking about that in the last episode.
Oh, that was great.
That was a great line.
But as far as the past, the reveal of Nanotech, I thought was interesting and really cool, because it's not something we normally see in hard sci-fi, right? Like Silo is kind of hard sci-fi. Mm-hmm. There's no, mystical, and it's kind of the AI, but like, let's say 300 years in the future, like that AI makes sense for that time, right? So it's not like Star Wars where that's more science fantasy, and things like that. So, or like a Marvel movie or TV show, right? Because Tony Stark at one point got
he had
nanotech armor.
Right.
So it's like it was cool to see that in a more realistic sci-fi show.
Right.
And so I was excited about that, because I was like, oh, that's different, because it's like normally it's just the typical climate change nukes, which is all fair, because that's real life concerns right now. Exactly. But I thought the adding the nanotech aspect was really cool, and then finding out the nanotech is what brought her plane down. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because my first thought, I was like, how far is this show going? Is it aliens? I don't know.
We both.
But find out it was nanotech, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Mm. And also, like, them building the silos, like, they're not building it for one reason. They're just like, we're screwed either way. We just need to prepare for the future. We don't know how it's coming, but it's definitely coming.
Right. And Helen, the reporter, was okay with not being a part of it. Like, she took that stance.
Yeah, I was surprised, because I just thought they were just gonna fall in line. But I honestly respect to her, because the whole show she's had principles, right? She's very, very staunch on her principles. So it was very in character. The only thing that pissed me off with her was when they were telling them what happened, where they drilled a 75-mile tunnel to put a nuke in there just in case the mission didn't work. And she rightfully pointed out, who digs a 75-mile tunnel in case a mission goes wrong?
Right.
Digging a 75-mile tunnel is going to take months, maybe a year. So that the mission to fly in was not the plan. And she rightfully pointed that out, that they sent Charlotte to die and her team to die. It was
a distraction.
Yeah, and then it upset Charlotte. She runs off, and then she apologized. I was like, what are you apologizing for? You told her the truth. Like, I feel like,
and I'd be like, you don't even remember this. What are you upset about?
I think my issue with this whole situation is everybody is tippy-toeing and babying her, right? While simultaneously being the people that caused it.
And are still manipulating it.
Right.
her recovery and her memory, right.
Right. Like they're in control of all of that. And they're like, no, you can't do her like that. And I'm like, nah, this is messed up. And the messed up part is that Charlotte can't even see how messed up this is.
Right.
You know, Daniel can see it. Granted, he's just generally wants her to be okay. But he also realizes, like, well, these people basically got control of her now. I kind of have to make sure she's okay and they doing right by her. But it's that situation is totally messed up. And so for Helen to apologize, I was like, nah, man, you was right from the beginning. You should have called that out. They sent her to die. They did not care about her.
They did. And they still don't.
No, they only thing they care about is the greater good of humanity. And that goes right back to the future, where anything to save the silo. If you got to kill one person, if you got to send somebody to die, it's for the greater good. That's justified for the greater good of the silo, and that's basically what they did in the past.
And they've basically entrained that thought process from the beginning. Speaking of, though, that I thought Daniel Keene, the way he immediately jumped into it, was telling him what makes sense financially. You know, instead of trying to spend all that money to bring them, just let them dig and leave them there, versus just building out more. You know, because of how much money you'll take to get them out, and then wear and tear, and resurfacing. I thought he was all in, and I was really surprised. I don't know if you were. I was really surprised that he joined Helen. At the end, it's like, yo, I want to go with you. I want to go.
It didn't surprise me, mainly because he has engineer brain. He's a civil engineer. Okay. So him saying that stuff is not him being like, I am with your plan. Him saying that stuff is like,
he's just smarter.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, this is how my brain works.
Right.
And he's like, oh, if you're trying to do this, then you should do this, and this. And for him, that's just him being a nerd, essentially.
Okay. You're right.
He doesn't come off that way. You know, he served in the military, but he's an engineer, so he just has engineer brain. And so that's why he said all those things. But he was like, right. But at the end of the day, he's like, oh, no, I'm not with this.
Yeah, that surprised me. With the way it ended with those two, I was like, what? I guess that blind date paid off, because I always, when I see him,
I was waiting for that moment. Finally they kissed.
For like 3 or 4 episodes, she would bring it up at least once an episode that he thought it was like a blind date, and it made me laugh. Like, yeah, bro, you meet with a reporter, you work for the government, and you really think it's a blind date. So for it to get to this point, I honestly thought that this was something that was never going to. I thought it was always going to be teased, and we were never going to get it. So I was surprised when we did get it.
Now, I know you don't watch trailers much, but I do. I'm curious, because they got back on the helicopter and left. I'm trying to figure out what brings them back, because they do come back. Right. They have to come back.
Right.
Like, is his engineer brain not going to let this go? Where it's like, I need to be there. If they're going to do this, they need to do it right. So I need to be there. Is he going to come from that perspective? Is she going to come from the perspective of the public needs to know this? I need to tell the story. I was in this from the beginning. I'm the one that needs to lay this out. I'm curious how that's going to play out, because they definitely going to have to come back.
I think you're right about both characters. I think that they both realize, like, somebody's got to keep them in line.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And then somebody's got to make sure that they have the best engineer brain possible for success. If this is really where we're going, somebody's got to be the one to point out, hey, you're crossing a line. And somebody's got to be the one to say, hey, this is the most efficient way to be successful. I think you're right with both characters. They may get there. Something, I don't know if maybe it'll be an event or something that happens where they realize, like, maybe not they found love with each other. Like, well, I don't want to lose you, so because we're gonna be dead soon if we don't go jump on this bandwagon. I don't know.
That was a very interesting conversation because she was basically like, I rather live this life and it be shortened than to live forever with the mole people.
Right.
And I was like, how do I feel about that? Because sometimes I look at the silo, I'm like, I'll be claustrophobic. I need sun. I don't know. If I was born into it, that's one thing.
Right.
That's all I know. But to transition to it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could deal with it. Maybe I just, the nuke's coming. I'm just like, take me.
Take me. Yeah, my Reese's Buttercups.
Or maybe in the last minute, I'm like, nah, man, I want to vaporize. Let me in the silo. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those where, we don't really know how we'll respond to that. And I guess it just depends on the attachments we have, if we're willing to part ways, things of that nature. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe because they just kind of found each other, they're not ready to let it end. And maybe that's like, hey, I want whatever time I can have with you. Let's figure out how to make this work with the solos.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. I know if she gets pregnant, they're like, oh no, we got to have a better world for our child. There we go. They go right back.
That could do it for sure. Like, bringing a baby into a world just to be like, oh, hey, sorry, I know you just got here, but we're out. That's not cool. So the baby could be the catalyst to be like, you know what? We gotta make this work for our child. That'd be interesting.
I have one question though.
Okay.
So in the present, the Orla Kent thing is basically wrapped up.
Right.
It was funny because there's like a joke in like law enforcement in like real life. It's always the spouse.
Right.
And so when they originally was questioning him, I was like, oh yeah, he did it. And then they kind of didn't go back to him. Maybe like once they went back to him, but like they haven't been back to him. And then they show him get arrested at the end. My only thing with that storyline is it's technically not over.
No.
Because where are the light bulbs?
Right. Still don't know where the light bulbs are.
Also, we found out how they were getting around. They had that secret elevator,
which was illegal.
Yeah.
Based on the pact, having the elevator was legal, which I don't know why, but yeah. Yeah.
Take them stairs.
Great. Man. Yeah. So yeah, that the look on Buddy's face when the elevator came up and the sheriff was on it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. So we got 2 episodes left. And they're trying to prevent the safeguard. I don't even know how to speculate what's next, because they, the one I still think that they're connecting tunnels to the silos. And because I don't see how they're going to be able to come out and get back into 18. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I also thought it was cool when Juliette found out they was going to the wrong pipe. And she drew the little diagram about how the silos were set up. I was like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
because you were saying like, just making one long one to all of them doesn't make any sense. You make one to the group and then you make a bunch of smaller ones that go out the branch out. I was like, oh, that's smart, and she figured that out. And then she looked at how the cameras were positioned, and she realized it was like, oh, the pipe is not going this way; it's on this side or whatever.
Which that's what I missed about, because in the first season they kept focusing on how she likes to figure out how things work, and we kind of got away from that because she got so pulled into memories and story, everything. But now they're bringing us back to that mind of hers,
back to that engineer brain.
Yeah, engineer brain. What if she's a descendant of Daniel Keene? That'd be crazy.
It's the kid. Well, it's not. It's not.
No, it's for 300 years.
She could be a descendant.
She could be a descendant. Yeah, she could be. Man, yeah, with that engineer brain. So, but yeah, I everything we're getting there is cool. But I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie. I am worried that the next couple episodes for what's happening in the silo right are not going to be a big enough payoff for me in these next couple episodes. We got 2 more left.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree for 2 reasons.
All right.
One is based on the book, so and I thought season 2 did a good job of ending things and still giving us a cliffhanger. So I definitely think they're going to wrap up some stuff, and it's going to be some crazy new thing that we did not see coming, and we're going to be anxious to start for season 4.
I hope so. Because right now the past story is really more so everything we're getting there has got me more excited about the next episode than where we're at within the silo.
Because even last season, there were like a lot of some pretty big reveals, towards the end of the season, things that we didn't see coming, things we weren't even asking about.
True.
So we could end up in another situation like that, where I feel like the past episodes are basically giving us answers to how we got here. And I think that I could be very wrong. And they find a way. But I think that doesn't have as much bearing on the present storyline, right? We just find out how and why we got to this point, versus in the present, things can change, right? Things can escalate, things can go bad, or things can get better. Who knows,
Well, you did say that the whole light bulb situation still is a problem. Maybe that comes to the forefront, and we see how it ties in.
What did they use the light bulbs for? Why do they need so many?
Mole people, man. I don't
They
know.
went from 75 years of light bulbs to 2
years.
That's insane.
That is. And that's what's got me worried. Like I'm just having a hard time. Normally I can come up with something crazy, even if it's never going to happen. But I am having a hard time tying this in. And I was just like, I'm getting nervous now,
because like I feel like a lot of the storylines are like scattered,
separate,
and so you're kind of trying to figure out how they're going to bring it all together. But at the same time, like, maybe they don't necessarily need to come together. Maybe 2 can come together, and 1 could still stay lingering. Or what'd you figure out? What'd you think about?
What if those light bulbs are used to light those connecting tunnels?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I would.
I would love that. I would love that. I mean, I don't know who's running back and forth in those tunnels, but whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong.
More people.
I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, because if there was a way to connect with us, I think they would have that would have somebody would have fucked that up, and it would have come out by now. But I tried.
Didn't Helen refer to them as Morlocks?
Yeah, she was dropping all kinds of,
and she said Morlocks. And for those who don't know, what X-Men characters that basically lived in the underground in the sewers.
She was dropping them left and right. I was like, man, she's hitting them with this shit. Yeah, her character is phenomenal. And I like the action. I think they picked Jessica Henwick.
Yeah,
I think
she's been good in this
role. Right. Yeah. And so we got 2 more episodes left. Robert Sims is in
Yeah, I don't know how to get out of this. A lot of stuff I'm like, how are they going to get out of this? I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm actually excited for that.
Yeah. So tomorrow, we got the next episode. Camille, it is a possibility that Camille, because she does not understand fully this voice that she's talking to, this hologram, how much or how the reach or how capable that she could be playing the long con to get more information and
I'm
then
kind of hoping that
eventually turn to help her family. I don't know.
This is one of those things where it's like what I want versus what's best for the show, right?
Right.
What I want Camille to wake up and get on the good guy side.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe what's best for the show is not that. Maybe what's best for the show is her being a true believer, going all in, and it fractures the relationship with Sims. Maybe that's what's best for the show. But at the same time, if I get that, that's totally fine. But sometimes you kind of want these kind of little happy endings, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, sometimes that's not what's best for the show.
You're right.
We'll see.
And when they deviate from what we want and they surprise us, it can still be rewarding.
I also think that's one of the major problems with the reception of a show that I won't mention because I could do a whole podcast on it. Okay. But it's a show that people ended up hating by the end. And I think part of the reason why people hated it by the end because they were so focused on what they want and they forgot what they was watching and what type of show it is. But I'll save that for the haters podcast, whatever.
Okay. I think I know what show you're talking about. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. All right, so you got my mind spinning now. But anyway,
I can mention it. I'm gonna mention it, and the comments might blow up.
Lost?
No.
Okay. All right.
More recent.
Everybody didn't like where it ended. What was it?
Game of Thrones. Now, I'm not saying it didn't have any issues with the way it ended,
right?
But also, I felt people forgot the show they was watching,
and they
were so focused on what they wanted,
based on things happening in the narrative they created themselves, where they were hoping it would go. And then when they got the reality of the universe that was created, they were like, "What is this?"
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, this could be a whole other show. Let's not do this right now. Let's not do this right now. All right, so two episodes left, and I still got to say I'm super excited. I'm worried. I am worried, but I am super excited. Do you have?
I just don't want to have to. I just don't want to have to wait 2 years for the next season.
I don't think we're at that point anymore.
Okay, because if I thought, I could be wrong, but I remember reading they were going to try to shoot them back to back because it's ending with season 4. Yeah. So hopefully you don't have to wait that long for season 4,
right?
Because I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of answers and then we're going to get something new, just like last season. We got the whole situation where they went to the past and they showed that something big is going to happen in that finale, and I'm going to go crazy because I have to wait.
Right. Well, the actress that plays Helen, Jessica Henwick, she turned down going back to the
to Marvel.
Yeah, she turned that down.
Oh.
And she said it was because the character, the way they left it, it was in a happy place. She didn't want to go back and take that character through any more drama. But I think that sounds like such a PR answer. I feel like this took precedence, and that's what. And they probably did film it back to back. Or it's going to end the conflicts of the scheduling, whatever. So probably, I don't think we'll have to wait. That's my point. I don't think we'll have to wait as long for the next season because I think she chose this role over coming back to Marvel because they about a month ago they dropped it. She had declined to come back for that character. Which I keep forgetting her name. Sorry. But anyway, for the series. So it could be already going down right now. But we got 2 episodes left. I have to ask this question. Okay, last year, yeah, you already know. Last year we got the Dr. Nichols, right? at the end, we thought we thought they had got Bernard.
Oh, your 3 bodies.
Who are the 3 bodies? Okay, who are the 3 bodies this season that we're gonna get? And I don't care if it's past or present. Who do you think are gonna be the 3 bodies this season? By the time the finale ends, who's dead?
I have a feeling, and I have no evidence of this.
Okay,
I have a feeling Knox not gonna make it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just have a feeling he's not gonna make it.
I don't like him anyway. That's what I don't like a lot of the characters on this show. I do not.
I don't think Sims is gonna make it. That might be another.
Which Sims? Robert Sims?
Sorry, Robert Sims. It could be Robert Sims.
Robert
It
Sims.
could be Robert Sims. That could be possible. And Patrick Kennedy. Right when we started to like him, something gonna happen. We go, and then Kyle is gonna be the one that lives, even though he got shot.
Yeah, Lucas Kyle. Man. Okay.
Yeah, it could be some of those. But or it could be just Zero.
I can see that. I have a feeling that one of those deaths are gonna come from the past, I think, and I think it's gonna be Charlotte Keene sister.
Oh.
But
oof, you know what? Oof. I have a theory.
What you got?
If she dies, I think she would take her own life. And it's going to make them rethink the compound of the drugs they're giving to people. And then they're going to adjust it, and then it's going to be the version that we have.
That we have now. That's a strong theory. I like it. Okay. All right, guys. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. How you feel about these episodes so far?
Also, book people, don't spoil it.
Oh yeah. Save it for the finale. Save the book spoils for the finale. Okay, but yeah, let us know what you think about what you get so far, the characters, how you feel about the past story, the current story. Let us know how many bodies you think you're gonna get. You know, what you think about these theories. Yeah, and how excited you are for the next 2 episodes. If you guys like what we're doing and you want to support the channel, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the alerts, join our collective community. We appreciate that. Any little bit of activity will help support the channel and keep us growing. All right. So again, this was Silo Season 3, Episode 8, titled Gray Goo, available on Apple TV. We are the Critics Collective. I am Legacy Lingo. I have Brandon V. Fletcher here with me, and we will see you guys on the next one.